Good morning, Trixy Tang.
Yes, good morning.
Trixy Tang's here,
Kevin
right,
Turner. And Mason Dixon, good morning to you.
Good morning there. Are you excited? We got Trixy Tang in the studio.
I am excited. I'm very excited. We planned this a little while out, and these guys, to get them together is not all that easy, considering we had 3 of them coming, and really, as of right now, only 2 are here. So, and Ray should be showing up. Ray Hernandez here soon. Kevin Turner, bassist. And what else do you do? I know you do a whole bunch of other stuff with. You write music and
yeah. I'm kind of like the roadie, the songwriter, the bass player.
You're not the roadie. I've seen the roadies. You've got a couple of those. And Clay Fenema, lead singer, and I know you help out with and do some little writing too. And what else other than lead singing? You can't carrying gear because
I do all the management.
That's right. Local.
Do all the background.
You are the manager of the band and do all the booking and take care of all that.
Yep.
And Mason Dixon, how was your? Well, you know what? Normally we only do this as a disclaimer to say that we pre-record, but we're ready to go for the show. We're not saying that no more. You ready?
Let's go.
All right, you guys ready?
Absolutely.
Here we go. All right.
Hi, I'm Dale Robbie, and find the music of the Dale Robbie Band that is featured on Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show on all music online platforms.
Hot summer days, cool blue waters, Michigan sunsets, beaches made of gold. Radio's running batteries, the symphony of the sand. Can't help if I reminisce, the summer is a hand.
I wrote 3 songs before noon today. It's something I do when I'm alone. Stream it or buy it. The Black Crow flies away and the Crossroads of Tomorrow still comes with almost all your money back guarantee on purchases. Thinking about the life I left behind. So help support Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show and an almost starving musician, that's me, by buying or streaming the Dale Robbie Band today. The same old.
All right, so what do you think about that lineup, Mason?
We got Trixy Tang. Is there anybody else?
Well, no, Trixy Tang's here, and that's all we needed.
Oh, that's
right?
a real good lineup. I ain't going to say nothing bad about them when they're right in front of me. I wouldn't say nothing bad about them either.
Right. Well, of course, Vicki Reed Olson is going to be on the third half hour. American Legion Post 49 Auxiliary, talking about kind of the stuff that they do.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and I figured we would dedicate this whole episode to Trixy Tang and talk about music and talk about things going on, talk about the perils of COVID and depression and all those things, and about not being able to play and do the normal things. So, I guess let's start that out, Clay. I mean, how has that been? I mean, I know you guys played some this summer and you did some private parties, and I guess there were a few bar things that opened up a little bit, but things don't look good again,
Yeah, you know what? When this first hit, I did not expect that in March, when I started getting cancellations for April and even into May, I was like, oh, this will be done. I can't imagine the summer is going to be just vanished. And then next thing you know, and then now into fall, and then here we are going into winter. And, we played a lot more than I expected. So it was better than I expected.
Yeah.
We played we played a lot. Even though our summer was essentially wiped out, we were able to do private parties, like you said, a lot of weddings, a lot of cool things like that. And then, of course, the bars, a relative amount were able to open up and do some outdoor acoustic style shows. So obviously those aren't as fun as the full bang, but, it's better than nothing. We were still able to play and have fun and make money and all that. And we did a couple live streams, not nearly as much as a lot of bands.
Yeah, and then that's kind of a hard thing to do when you start talking live streaming. If you're doing that yourself, typically the quality, probably most bands don't know much about video and that kind of thing, so the quality might not be there. But when you start looking at that's a lot of work and a lot of ways to go.
This here's a commercial for Moondog Productions right now. He does live streaming, just in case
we do live streaming. And I've done a little work with them this winter. But the problem is
this summer.
But the problem is for you guys is you haven't been working, so you don't have that money to really spend on that kind of thing.
Exactly.
So it makes it.
Yeah, because usually we could be like, okay, well, we want to make a music video. How many gigs is it going to take to pay for the music video? And it was neat at first because it was like, oh, cool. We get the first month, it was like, this is cool.
We could use a little break.
Yeah, right? And then the second month it hit, and we were like, oh no. We started panicking, and then after that, it seemed like we did at least one
summer
show.
Comes,
we did one show a weekend after that, though. It seemed like we've almost been steady at least one show every
That's
weekend.
real good these times.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
And then Kevin and I started another band on the side called Clay in the Mud,
Right.
and it was more cover oriented. No originals, at least as of now. But we were able to take that band and really, expand it to playing a lot.
Yeah.
You know.
And you guys, the Clay in the Mud, that's more of a cover band, right?
It is, yeah. We're planning on doing some original stuff down the road, but as of now, we're just having
Yeah.
fun.
I think before COVID, we had like 35, maybe 40 songs, and now we might have 70. So we've added, and they're all like, we love all the songs.
I mean, when you
It's
say
not
you added 70, I mean, what do you mean? Just
We
add
have
it
a
to
cover
your
songs.
repertoire?
Yeah.
Your cover,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we had
They had
we
more
doubled
time to
we doubled our
practice.
list, I would say.
Oh, okay.
And then there's songs that we really love. It's not like there's a filler song.
Yeah.
We're kind of just getting like our fix with this other band, like we're able to do songs that we would never do with the other
Yeah.
band. You know,
Well, because you had talked about that, and I don't know if we
Yeah.
talked about the radio, but you and I had conversations about wanting Trixy Tang to be more an original music band.
Right. Yeah.
And still maybe drop some covers here and there, but the Clay in the Mud is... This is the band that allows you to go out and play Seeger, or play any of those, those old favorites.
My favorite part is the 3-part harmonies. We
Yeah.
sing really well together, and it's just like you get goosebumps when just the vocals are like we sound like one person singing a lot of the time.
Yeah. And then it's got my best friend in the band, Tyler, my original drummer from way back when. He's in the band too. And then the original Trixy Tang guitar player's in the band, from way back when. So that's cool. And it was like really scary at first because when we sat down with Chris and Ray, they wanted to really make sure Trixy Tang was going to transition to solely originals.
Okay.
And that was a great idea. That was my ultimate goal too. But unfortunately, the music aspect, the cover aspect of the music is a big chunk of our income.
Yeah, it pays the bills.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And not only that, but I have a lot of fun playing so consistently. It's just part of my, well-being. So you can't do that with original music, play all the time. You just can't unless you want to go play, on the corner of the street.
So when you get the big contract.
Exactly.
Or you have your own backyard barbecue you play your own music every weekend.
It costs a lot of money to play your own stuff.
Yeah.
It really does.
It does.
You need to have a great job and then just do that on the side. And I'm like, well, what am I going to do then? This is my band. How am I going to still get my fix? So we're like, let's just start another band on the side.
And from all the musicians that I know and I don't have this huge list of musicians, but I don't know any of them that don't have a regular 40-hour week or a regular job that they work around music. And not many people get to just make that their career. Some recording artists, some big ones, and then you get people that work in the recording industry as engineers and stuff they get to. But
I got friends down south that do it. The places you can play 6 nights a week.
Yeah.
You can do that down south, Key West and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't do that here.
Yeah.
We just really wanted to play like a set of music in Clay in the Mud that was more top 40 sounding, more wedding capable kind of, we wanted to
There's big money in weddings. You guys want to play some of those too?
Yeah, we do a
And
lot.
bridesmaids.
Well, we don't do it a
and all
lot.
that. I mean, I know, Kevin, you're married.
Right.
But Clay's a single man, so weddings is probably a nice place for him to be.
Well, not technically single.
So
but-
now
Bring Mason. Okay, excuse me. I didn't know.
she's going to watch this, dude. I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
He's not bought and paid for yet.
I will have to say I am sorry. Please forgive me for that. It's all about ratings. We get girls calling, and hey, maybe one will trickle my way. Who knows what will happen?
Someone is leasing him right now.
leasing job. Wow.
We'll see if she buys afterwards.
Nice.
I know you had something to say
I
there,
had
Mason.
a whole bunch of questions, and you threw me off and stuff talking about women. Let's see, how many people are in Clay in the Mud?
4, just like Trixy Tang. Yep.
And does somebody doesn't get to sing?
No, well, Tyler, the drummer, doesn't sing.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
he
how
doesn't
you get
sing.
those 3-part harmonies. Is you
Right.
silence the drummer, don't let the drummer
Well,
sing.
didn't you say that the original guitarist was in there? And I know Ray Hernandez is in there too, right?
Yeah, well, no, Ray Hernandez is not in Clay
He
in the Mud.
wanted
He's
to
not
do
Clay in
the
the Mud.
original
Correct.
songs.
The original
Oh, okay.
Trixy Tang guitar player from when I first started the band years ago.
Okay.
Like 7 or 8 years ago, Jordan Strickland, and he is in the new band.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
okay.
So we reunited that.
And where have you guys been playing over those the times that you got to play?
And that new band?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I mean, we've been playing kind of the Lakeshore area, a lot of the Lakeshore, Saugatuck, Holland. We did we just did Saugatuck last weekend, Halloween. Some private deals, Log Cabin, Grand Rapids, kind of the same circuit Trixy Tang did. And I was able to let the people that we normally booked with, the bar owners, the venue owners, I was able to let them know, hey, this is my new band. Give us a shot. And they
Yeah.
were so great to be able to say, all right, well, we trust you. We know that you've been playing with this band.
I would think that would have bought you a lot of currency.
Yeah, exactly. We know you're going to be a great band.
Yeah.
So it's been working out.
So for our listeners, you better spell Clay in the Mud. Is that with a C or a K? And is it with one D or two Ds?
The spelling of band names over the years has always been our plague. It's going to be Clay with a K, so Klay. That's my name, and then N, just the letter N like Nancy, and then the Mud, 1D, MUD.
Yeah. Make it complicated. That's the way to go for sure.
I know. Somebody said clean the mud the other day.
Yeah. And then Trixy Tang is trixytang.com if anybody wants to find out about them.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, but we need to go to a break here, and we'll come back and talk to the band a little bit more. Hopefully Ray will be here by then. Maybe he won't. But we'll talk to Kevin Turner a little bit more about bassist and why he picked one up in the first place. So does that all sound good to you guys?
Sounds
Yeah.
good. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Music fills the soul. You know that. We'll be back on Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show on Super Hits 103.7 Cozy FM.
Hi, I'm Dale Robbie, and find the music of the Dale Robbie Band that is featured on Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show on all music online platforms.
Hot summer days, cool blue waters, Michigan sunsets, beaches made of gold. Radio's running batteries, the symphony of the sand. Can't help if I reminisce, the summer is a hand.
Wrote 3 songs before noon today. It's something I do when I'm alone. Stream it or buy it. The Black Crow Flies Away and the Crossroads of Tomorrow still comes with almost all your money back guarantee on purchases. Thinking about the life I left behind. So help support Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show and an almost starving musician, that's me, by buying or streaming the Dale Robbie Band today. The same old.
We're back on Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show on Super Hits 103.7 Cozy FM. Trixy Tang is in the studio this morning. And we haven't even talked about taking any instruments out, and nobody has any, but good for you guys. I went and bought a bunch just in case you wanted to play, but we'll see. I know it's early in the morning. We hang out, and it's kind of we got it chilled here a little bit. So, hey, when we start talking about music, and music is such a powerful thing to most everybody that does it, and even those that don't make music, it is a pretty powerful thing to them too. You know how you can hear a song that you haven't heard in 10 years. Wow, I haven't heard that for a long time. It takes you right back to it. And when we start talking about that, people pick up and start playing instruments and getting into music for many different reasons. And Kevin, I'd like to talk a little bit about you as a bassist. And you're not just a bassist either. You play a bunch of other instruments too. But why did you pick up that first instrument and decide you wanted to start playing?
Well, I really started out trying to be a drummer. And so I started, like in middle school, being in band, playing percussion. Mm-hmm. And the whole thing was they got the Tulip Time Parade. My mom said, if you march in the Saturday parade, I'll buy you a drum set. And that's all I wanted.
Wow.
But my older brother was way better on the drums than me. So
I had to say that's a pretty powerful thing, because it would have probably taken something that big to get me out. And I think that's why I quit band, was because I didn't want to march. I'm like, no way. We did our first practice, and I'm like, that's enough of that. No, sorry.
I loved it because I got to play the snare, and it was just cool to do all those.
That is what I played too, and I was a percussionist too. So yeah, no, and you liked it, and for me, I quit band to be in the USA Club, which was a gym club for push-ups and sit-ups. But with that being said, nowadays I look back and say I wish I would have stuck with the music, because I'm able to do some of that and enjoy it much more. So, being in that same thing, I said you just picked up a snare drum and you enjoyed it, and where'd you go from there?
Well, when it came to time for my mom to buy me a drum set, I asked her to buy me a guitar instead, because I thought I could just play with my brother like Eddie and Alex Van Halen was my dream, with my brother. So I got the guitar and I started playing, and my neighbor was teaching me, and he was way better than me. This guy was doing solos, and then they put a band together, and I literally had the same Nikki Sixx story where I showed up and I had a guitar with only 4 strings on it, and I started playing the bass for them on the guitar because they were older, and I just wanted to fit in and be cool, and the rest is history. I just was like, well, I'm pretty good at this bass thing,
Mason, your guitar has 4 strings, doesn't it?
No, I only have 1 string. It's called a diddly bow.
Diddly bow.
You guys ever seen a diddly bow?
No, I can't say I have.
He's been lobbying for, ever since he's been on the show, and knowing that I have a connection with you guys to either play the spoons or play the washboard on one of your songs.
My mama taught me how to play spoons on the front porch and stuff, and I think Trixy Tang, we could maybe do like a bluegrass number and stuff, like some Blue Moon in Kentucky. Last week there was a blue moon there, Rob Dog. It was a second full moon in October. Halloween was a blue moon.
Yeah.
We could do Blue Moon in Kentucky. That'd be real good.
Did you go down to the holler for that?
No, Rob Dog.
You stayed here?
Yeah.
Out in Grand Junction?
We'll have to try you out first,
I'd give him
Yeah.
I would give him a try. We've got some audition pieces. He can hold a rhythm. He's actually pretty good, and the man can play some harmonica too. I can tell you that.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Mississippi saxophone. Yeah, buddy.
Mississippi saxophone. So all right. So Kevin, you got that start, and you got that snare drum, start getting into music. What kind of led you that way into being in a band? Because we're not talking junior high and high school band. We're talking a band with 3, 4, 5 other people and trying to get together, play music to make it.
The first time I played with those guys, I was hooked. It was over. The first time I heard what it sounded like to be in a band and play, a whole, I think we played Sin City by AC/DC, and it was over. It was the most powerful drug that has ever affected my life, and I'm still addicted to it to this day.
And the nice thing about being musicians is you try all kinds of other ones, and you still find out music is the best one.
Yeah, I be playing my guitar all the time at home and playing the piano and building drum tracks and.
Yeah, there's something to be said for being able to sit in your basement, and I like to do that too, and that's kind of partly what I think maybe that draws us together is we kind of all have that same love. Being able to sit there in a basement or like my living room or the kitchen and whatever it is and add tracks to songs and vocals and be able to put it all together, whether it's good or not, it's quite fulfilling.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Timing is everything because, I'm 46 and I only learned how to start writing music like 3-4 years ago. And I guess I never thought I could do it. I always just thought, that's not me. I'm not that guy. I'm just not that built like that. Then I met Clay. And it was like all of a sudden I could live through Clay almost. I could be like that. Everything I wrote on the first album I did thinking I was Clay.
He was your voice.
Yeah, because he was the guy that's. So it was way easier for me because he's like the perfect front guy, and it was the perfect situation, and timing's everything, and now it's amazing.
Yeah. I guess let's skip forward a ways. Trixy Tang has been together for a while, and we know that you guys are, quite popular here on the west side of the state. I know on the other side of the state, and you go down south a bit too. But you guys won a couple pretty big awards here over the COVID time, which kind of isn't nearly publicized as high as it would be because you're not out playing and people aren't, telling people aren't together spreading the word. So it kind of was a little bit overshadowed by COVID, but man, that was some good stuff. What were those awards?
Well, thank you, Rob. It was actually the Best of the West Review magazine put on the Best of the West. They started doing this about 4 or 5 years ago, I think, and they started doing Best of West Michigan, and they would do different categories all over the spectrum. Best bartender in Grand Rapids, and people would vote. And the music category, of course, is a big one for them. And they would have different sections. So best songwriter, best solo artist, best original band, best cover band.
Yeah.
And the last 3 years, I want to say, maybe 2017 was the first year we won, I want to say number 2 best cover band. And that was a huge deal for us. We hadn't put out an album yet. We hadn't done any writing.
Deal. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, man, this is so cool. I'm like, well, it'd be really cool if we could get that original title, because that's our real big goal. And so we started putting our effort that way. And then the 2018 rolled around, and we won the number
2 original band.
Yeah, thank you. Number 2 original band.
2 original band, okay.
Yeah,
and number 3 cover band.
Yes. Okay. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so sweet. We're making this happen. And then go ahead.
That's when we had our 4-song EP that we had released. So we had the beginning of our originals to put them out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then this last issue that they did, the one you're referring to here, we won the number 1 best original band and number 1 best cover
Congratulations.
band. Thank you.
Yeah, that's real good.
Yeah. And then that brings me back to you, Kevin. Going through all this thinking, I'd never thought I could write any music. That wasn't my thing. But now music that you're writing is being recognized with some pretty substantial awards.
Yeah, that's amazing. Part of it is, again, I go back to timing. It would have never worked if I didn't have Clay and Ray. So I feel like that's a big part of it. But the other half of me is kicking myself in the butt because, I should have been doing this when I was these guys' age.
Yeah.
I should have just figured it out.
Yeah.
Well, hindsight's always 20/20.
It is.
But I didn't have these guys either, though. I've always had good bands, but never the right singer.
Yeah, you might have had gotten all burned out, and you'd be like working a corporate job now and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, with short hair and no beard and a white shirt and a tie. That I think you'd look great in that, Kevin. But regardless, I'm happy you're doing the music instead.
Yeah, me too.
So where is Trixy Tang going? We got about another minute left in this segment. Where are you guys going here? And then we'll talk a little bit more after that.
Well, that's a great question. I mean, we're always looking ahead. We try to focus ahead and what's our next goal, really. COVID stops, put things to a halt.
Right.
Really slowed our momentum down quite a bit, as it did with a lot of bands, I assume. But we're looking at recording a single. And then after the single, just to kind of get things going again, show people what we've been working on, we're going to do another album, of course.
Yeah.
And
I felt like I experimented a lot on the first album, just trying to find who I was. And I feel like on this time around, I'm way more focused and understand more what I'm trying to do, and focus our music around Clay's voice and make the best sounding music for his strengths instead of just making good music that we got to find a place for him to fit into that. I'd rather have us fit to him, because I think that's going to be the winning ingredient.
I had someone say the other day, I'm looking at a third and fourth album at the moment, and I said, why are you just releasing them all in 2020? Why don't you just separate them out? I said, strike while the iron's hot, and while I have the time to do so, because it's not going to happen again. I'll get those done and probably won't ever do one again, because hopefully we'll go back to video and get back to a normal life, and hopefully something happens with them. I mean, it was really more to kind of pass the time, and if something happens with it and somebody bought a title, I'd love to HBO to buy one or do something like that. I mean, those are kind of a cool thing to do, but regardless. But we'll talk a little bit about that in a minute.
Well, I watched, I just got done watching the whole series of Sons of Anarchy with my wife and my son again. And a lot of your style of music that you write is a lot like what they had during Sons of Anarchy. That kind of emotion filled with the low voice, telling that story, And that's what it really reminded me of for the most part.
Well, I like you saying that. I appreciate it. But we need to move on here for a second. We'll be back with you guys with Kevin Turner, Clay Fenema, Mason Dixon, and no Ray Hernandez yet on Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show on Super Hits 103.7 Cozy FM.
Hi, I'm Dale Robbie, and find the music of the Dale Robbie Band that is featured on Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show on all music online platforms.
Hot summer days, cool blue waters, Michigan sunsets, beaches made of gold. Radios running batteries, the symphony of the sand. Can't help if I reminisce, the summer is a hand.
I wrote 3 songs before noon today. It's something I do when I'm alone. Stream it or buy it. The Black Crow Flies Away and the Crossroads of Tomorrow still comes with an almost all your money back guarantee on purchases.
Thinking about the life I left behind.
So help support Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show and an almost starving musician, that's me, by buying or streaming the Dale Robbie Band today.
The same old.
We're back on Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show on Super Hits 103.7 Cozy FM. Trixy Tang's in the studio. And in the break, we were talking about eyesight. And Kevin is the Mick Mars of Trixy Tang.
That's exactly what I said when I watched Dirt. I think I text Clay and I said, damn it, I'm the Mick Mars of the band.
And I think you and I are exactly the same age, and we were both struggling to read a water bottle. Mason saying, get your glasses out. And I'm like, oh, my goodness. So, but you know what? Even old people can still rock out.
Right.
And you don't have to be a young man to do so, but it certainly helps. Clay, being younger, I mean, you actually had to grow up pretty quickly within this because you manage the band. It isn't just a matter of I go in and play on the lead singer and everything takes care of everything for me. Mm-hmm. You make all of those arrangements, and we have the conversation all the time. And you say, "Hey, I've been dealing with musicians all the time. Well, what more can you expect?" type of thing. So, how is that doing that part with not only just being a lead singer and the figurehead of the band, but also being management and making sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to?
It gets to be tricky. Kevin actually helps me out a lot with that because a lot of the times I'm non-confrontational. I don't like confrontation. I like to be and it's tough because it's like you run a business, you have employees, for example, and you're able to not really have to deal with a friendship barrier. You're just like, they're my employees, so I'm going to tell it how it is. Well, it's different in a band because you are friends, and you are brothers, and you are a family. You can't sit there and just yell at them like you would an employee,
and you certainly need them that night
and discipline them. You can, but it's not gonna be pretty.
No,
and so you really have to find that even ground. For me, it's been really good because it's taught me so many great skills on how to manage things, and it's more fulfilling when I look back at the accomplishments because I know they were so worked for.
Right.
That there was so many late and long hours logged to do this type of stuff. It wasn't like I just strolled in and played a gig and then partied my ass off, all night.
You can say that. Even on this family radio station, you can. I think, as a matter of fact, I think Ray Hernandez just pulled in.
I think Clay and I match each other really well. His strengths are some of my weaknesses, and my strengths are some of his weaknesses. So together we make a really, really good unit.
Yeah.
And then you throw Ray in there, and it's just it's
really and Ray will be in here, and we'll let him speak for himself here shortly. And then there's the kid. There's Chris, and he's a young man from Detroit. He weighs probably about 80 pounds wet, and that man can play the drums. He's awesome.
Yep. He's got a lot of energy, that's for sure.
That he does. Tell me how about bringing him in, because he wasn't an original member.
No, he was not. So when Trixy Tang, the band itself, was kind of overhauled, and we started with Kevin and Ray and whatnot, we had a different drummer at the time. That was 4 years ago? 3?
Yeah, 4 years ago this month.
Yeah, this month will be 4 years.
Okay.
I can't believe how fast time goes.
Yeah.
But anyway, things were great with that drummer for a while, and we love the guy. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
But it wasn't clicking after some time rolled on. Things weren't really, we weren't seeing eye to eye, and I actually had played a show. We opened up for Dokken, and this was before Kevin and Ray were in the band. I opened up for Dokken in Detroit, and Chris, our drummer now, lives in Detroit, or at the time did. And I needed a drummer because the drummer we had couldn't make it. And I wasn't going to cancel a gig with Dokken.
Right.
So I recruited this drummer, Chris, who I knew could play. I seen him play before. And I knew he would know the songs. And we never practiced. He walked in cold and did the show with us. And I'm like, man, if I ever need a new drummer, that time comes, this is my dude.
Yeah.
That's how I met him.
Come on in, Ray Hernandez.
Our drummer didn't want to play with Cinderella. So he called him again and said, hey, you want to play with Cinderella with us? And it was just amazing.
Yeah, it just worked out perfectly. It's like, okay, well, this guy wants to do all these gigs, and, he's got the hunger, and he's
Hey, no way. There was no way that
We're just talking about
we were just talking about you because we didn't think you were coming. I need to get, I guess, probably that mic over to Chris for a second.
Thanks.
There we go. Morning, Ray.
What's up, fellas?
How you doing? We're doing well.
Ray's got some pain on his knuckles. It was a good day.
Yeah. Hey, Mason, can you get that mic over there a little closer to Ray?
All right.
All right. So you made the long trip from Detroit, Chris?
Yep.
Yeah, all right. Man of many words.
Made it. Just made it the whole way.
So we're I don't even know where we were for that
I got
time.
a question while you're figuring stuff out.
Hey, you go ahead.
Is Trixy Tang? How'd you get your name? I'm thinking is it tribute to Trixy from Speed Racer? Speed Racer's girlfriend. She used to ride in her helicopter as a teenager too. And
it's not, and I can't tell.
No,
you.
yeah, you should see Clay's bedroom walls.
Is it
plastered with her?
Is it astronaut orange juice and stuff?
Nope.
Is that no?
It's secret sauce. I can't tell you.
Secret sauce. Cream of guy. I'm going to get in trouble for that one probably. I might have to beep that one out. This is a family radio station, so we can keep any cursing to a minimum. That's okay, but if one comes out, they sometimes do.
Okay.
So, Ray, we're talking a little earlier about what an amazing lead guitarist you are. How long have you been playing guitar?
Quite some time. I got my first guitar when I was 9 years old. I didn't really take it seriously until I was about 12, 11.
Okay.
And then after that, it was just kind of consistent.
So about 6 months ago, then.
6 months.
That's what I say normally when people ask.
Hell yeah, that's when I became an adult.
Couldn't believe he waited till he was 12 to pick that thing up. Ridiculous.
I know, right?
What was the first time you played, Chris?
Well, I tried to play when I was younger, but didn't really get it much, When I was 10, though.
Okay. And I do have to ask the question because I made a guess on how much you weighed. I went with 80 pounds wet. How much you?
That's just the lower part of me.
Oh,
One
all right.
section of me weighs 80 pounds.
All right. That's
rest
the lower
makes up
half.
the
It's his big
other,
toe.
Yeah. That's a big
He's got a
step.
really big toe. It's funny.
The other, whatever,
Yeah. So, I mean, it's quite early, and the guys showed up today with some Rolling Rock, and they're and being that it's 7:30 in the morning, and these guys are they can touch that if you want.
I was just seeing if it was real.
This is
Oh, it's real.
Yeah,
It's a big guy. It's real.
It's real.
Who else wants to feel it to see if it's real?
Now, we are on the radio,
We are on the
so
radio.
the visual jokes
Yeah.
don't work so good unless you have somebody describe it, and I don't think you want
No, we
anybody
can't
to
describe the gun that he just picked up. You're going to have to actually watch this because we are recording this for a webcast, so you'll have to pick that up on the webcast on the radio show on Facebook, and then of course I do believe that Trixy Tang is going to want to have to put it on their Facebook and social media too. So yeah. It's been a while, Ray. It's good to see you.
It is very good to
Yeah.
see you. It's been
Kind
a
of the Cheech and Chong shirt. I love it.
Straight from LA. Had my sister traveled down there for vacation not too long ago. Asked her to bring me back something, and this is what she brought.
And that's what I like it. Love it. Well, I think we do need to take a break, though, before we move on here. And when we come back, we'll still have Kevin, Clay, Ray, and Chris, and Mason Dixon, who's now in the corner because the studio is full on Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show on Super Hits 103.7 Cozy FM.
Hi, I'm Dale Robbie, and find the music of the Dale Robbie Band that is featured on Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show on all music online platforms.
Hot summer days, cool blue waters, Michigan sunsets, beaches made of gold. Radios run on batteries, the symphony of the sand. Can't help if I reminisce, the summer is a hand.
I wrote 3 songs before noon today. It's something I do when I'm alone. Stream it or buy it. The Black Crow Flies Away and the Crossroads of Tomorrow still comes with an almost all your money back guarantee on purchases. Thinking about the life I left behind. So help support Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show and an almost starving musician, that's me, by buying or streaming the Dale Robbie Band today. The same old.
We're back on Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show on Super Hits 103.7 Cozy FM. Trixy Tang is in the studio.
What's up?
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Inside.
Yeah, and of course Mason Dixon is over there in the corner now that we've got a full studio in here, and we've had to shove him over there in the corner. Mason, did you have a question for the?
Well, yeah, usually, you got the day before Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve. Those are like big band nights and stuff. You guys got a gig for those?
We are wide open. No gigs.
Well, maybe you should tell people how to find you then.
Well, that's a good point. Definitely. You can email us, TrixyTangBooking@gmail.com, or you can message us directly on the Facebook page, of course, Trixy Tang Band. I'll get all those messages, and we'll always, or you can call us. But if you email us, it goes directly through to my email, right through the website.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I can't remember the last time I haven't played on the night before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's wouldn't that be the biggest bar night of the year
At
typically?
least the last 10 years I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with COVID and everything just kind of got screwed up. Not that we had the date booked to begin with. I took New Year's Eve off this year to be for a wedding, so I already knew I wasn't going to book that. But anyway, yeah, no, the night before Thanksgiving is always traditionally a great night, but just with COVID, it's just we didn't get any offers.
Yeah,
so.
I mean it's crazy to me, and there's a lot of bands out there that are having the same problem, not getting nearly enough work. Ray, what you been doing in the times of not being able to play?
Man, at home, keeping my personal health, my mental health, emotional health, keeping that all going, keeping that strong. Just trying to maintain a tight unit personally, so that now when things do open up, I'm nice, maintained, groomed, and back at the stage at 100%.
Well, and that's been, I think, a big thing for anybody. If COVID wasn't a part of making you feel bad, having to stay at home and all that other stuff, and not being able to play, not being able to take care of part of normal life, the response can't be worse than the cure. And
No, the cure can't be worse than the problem.
yeah,
Yeah,
well, there you go.
That's what he said.
All right. That's what happens. You get a bunch of band people early in the morning,
No, it's
or
gotta
maybe
be
it's
your
late
fault.
because we We do pre-record the show. We quit telling people that.
It's not that late.
Yeah, not that late.
But it's a weird time for
It
us.
is. Well, it seems that with this time change that, 6 o'clock comes around, it's time
It's
to
like
go to
our
bed.
nap time.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely. It's nap time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you guys haven't been playing, so you haven't needed naps. What do you guys do for a
We
regular
always
job,
need
Chris?
naps.
You always need. Well, you're Mick Mars.
Yeah,
So,
you know.
That's
Man,
You're always taking
My
it
back's
in.
hurting right now.
Breaking Bad.
Oh man, that's a good one.
Well, we were talking earlier about how, musicians, especially guys in bands like this, they always have a regular job. What's your regular job, Chris?
Yeah, dude. What do you
I
do?
just picking up cans on the side of the road.
Pick up cans.
Yeah.
Very nice.
All right.
So
That's
you're
it.
environmentally friendly. That's good.
It is. You're taking care of our environment. And I tell you what, I know some people who drive around in Cadillacs that pick up cans. So, Ray, what do you do for a living?
Man, I paint houses.
Hey, nothing wrong with painting houses.
Interior, exterior painter.
All right.
But I don't do shitty neighborhoods or the crappy neighborhoods.
No.
Excuse me.
No, we
But,
do. We do.
He ruined the inside of my
But,
house, by the way. No.
We do nice houses and.
Well, then we won't tell him who he works for. We'll just say that's what he does for a living.
He's one of those abstract painters. He just throws the paint at the wall and then gets his groove on and then comes out
Gets
beautiful
naked and
afterwards.
slides across the canvas.
That's why it's all over his knuckles.
Dude, like
That's not why.
taking into consideration like what a fresh, brand new house looks like, I would personally love to just go off on a wall, just absolutely chaos, see what happens,
Yeah.
like just what it feels like.
There's something certainly to be said for that. It's like when you make a song, it's like, wow, that's a
Say
good
it.
song. When you get a house painted and everything looks good, and we get the lawn looking good, it's like you have a certain huge pride in that for sure.
Well, I know a good song came out when you had that feeling of success. So, like, when you just get done painting a house, like a level of a house, a basement, whatever, you had this feeling of success. You watched your work culminate to that beautiful result. It's like a very,
Yes.
very similar feeling when you write a really, awesome song. It's like, man, this is something I really feel is going to touch some people, is going to really resonate with somebody. And be like, man,
Yeah.
it's a feeling. It's
Absolutely.
a total feeling.
Absolutely.
And I want my audience to get that same feeling.
I get that. Kevin, what do you do?
I just work at a factory.
Nice. Well, and
Why do you say just?
Yeah,
That's what's wrong with that?
you
Well, I
probably-
did roofing. I was a roofer for 20 years, and then now I'm at a factory, and it's like
There's
my soul dies a little every day
my-
at work,
Oh,
I
man.
guess.
Well,
There's
just
something
gotta
to be
play
said
more
for that.
music.
My grandma just retired
Yeah.
40 years at Steelcase.
Yeah, I don't know how she
she
did
is
it.
dead inside.
It's
All day.
it's certainly
No, I love
tough
that
work,
woman.
and like everything else in this world, when you look at healthcare, whatever it may be, someone's got to do it. I'm not the person who's going to be in there trying to nurse people back to health.
Right.
So glad there are people doing it. I don't want to be the guy who's making parts for cars, but there are people that make damn good money doing so and have great lives and livings doing it. And
Definitely.
Yeah.
Something for everybody.
I complain.
That's
my,
right.
my job's like 150 yards from my front door. I get to come home every day, see my dog. So
His wife just throws him his lunch.
right, it's pretty good. She's good.
I'm ready. Clay, what do you do?
I am an optician, so I work with glasses, eyes all day long. Sell, do all sorts of things like that. So
Right.
I have an office job.
So they got the long hair with cute glasses, and the lady's probably gonna be all over you in the glasses place, right?
Oh yeah, we get some good times.
All right, good times. Good times in the back office. Clay didn't say that. I did.
He's a
Clay did
Didn't
not
say the
say
back
that.
office.
Clay didn't say anything bad at all, and that was me being bad.
Hey,
Mason,
man.
did you have anything to say over there?
Yeah,
You've been so
thoughts.
nice and
Say
quiet.
it.
What is your job, Mason?
Out at Roosters out in Grand Junction, we fix up cars and stuff like that. And a lot of time we're doing modifying, not like repairing.
Fabrication.
We was doing this one for Trick or Treat Roadster because people couldn't go trick or treating, so we put a couple of candy cannons on there on a flatbed
Nice.
truck. We had the smoke and PA system, and then we put a
Nice.
big old pumpkin chunkin on the back. But then none of us found any pumpkin, so we ended up not getting it on the road. But we do stuff like that.
I'll be bringing you my Escalade
Nice.
soon. You can fix it
Yeah,
up
buddy.
for me.
Chop
we can,
it up.
Yeah, we can put a riser on that.
It's
and
already
stuff.
got a riser on it.
Yeah, buddy.
Nice.
Well, I guess there you go. Did you actually have a question out of that, Mason, by any chance?
They ask me the questions, Rob Dog. That's how it usually goes here. The
You
guests are.
guys got a question for Mason?
He just did. He said, "What
Another
do I
one?
do?"
Well, I mean, All right, whatever.
So do you?
Yeah.
I'm doing too many things.
Hold on
I got
a
a
second.
video camera going.
Well,
You're gonna take
Mason.
my mic?
Well, yeah, you said you gotta handle the video
Do you
camera.
do these modifications on these vehicles, and then do you sell them on Marketplace, Craigslist?
Well, no, we got clients.
Shoot the motor?
We got clients that like
People come
say,
to you.
Yeah, and cash only and
him.
stuff
Oh,
like that. So
Why is it cash on?
I mean, taxes.
no, we do it up here in Michigan. We don't do it down in Texas. But yeah, I mean, we could probably go down with a trader and pick something up,
Yeah.
bring it back to Michigan.
Cool.
I got a mic taken from me by my sidekick.
That's some good skills to
Yeah.
know, man. I
Hate
like
when
that
that
stuff.
happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Well, I think we're probably about the place where we need to take another break here. Are you guys good to stay around for another segment here?
Sure.
Right on. All right, well, when we come back, we'll be here with Trixy Tang on Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show on Super Hits 103.7.
Moondog.
Moondog.
Hi, I'm Dale Robbie, and find the music of the Dale Robbie Band that is featured on Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show on all music online platforms.
Hot summer days, cool blue waters, Michigan sunsets, beaches made of gold. Radios run on batteries, the symphony of the sand. Can't help if I reminisce, the summer is a hand.
Wrote 3 songs before noon today. It's something I do when I'm alone. Stream it or buy it. The Black Crow Flies Away and the Crossroads of Tomorrow still comes with an almost all your money back guarantee on purchases. Thinking about the life I left behind. So help support Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show and an almost starving musician, that's me, by buying or streaming the Dale Robbie Band today. The same old.
We're back on Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show on Super Hits 103.7 Cozy FM, and I've been trying to coax these guys to play something for you guys.
Dog.
It's
Yeah,
early, Rob Dog.
and just couldn't get it to happen here, but no big deal. Mason, did you have a question?
Kevin was talking about when he started playing bass, he was playing 4-string guitar, right?
That's right.
And now I know that, they have the traditional 4-string bass, but then they got 5-string, 6-string, 7-string. So I'm curious if you ever started playing any more strings.
Oh, I have a 5-string. I just don't like playing it very often.
So you're a traditional 4-string bass guy, or do you still use a guitar?
No, I use a real bass now.
Oh, okay.
You got me there for a second. I had to think.
Well, he's talking about his first gig. He had 2 missing strings, and he was playing bass for his brother's band and stuff, and he's playing it on a guitar. I like that
right.
story.
That's how I got
Was
it.
that an electric guitar?
It was
or?
a Flying V Lotus guitar.
Yeah, buddy.
What's the significance of a Flying V Lotus?
It was just the guitar I had.
Just
The
the
name
80s.
is cool itself, dude. Flying V Lotus.
Flying V Lotus.
Sounds
yeah,
awesome.
it does,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
That was like the
Sweet.
guitar.
Is,
of
it,
the
is that a
80s.
museum
Right.
piece now? Does it hang on the wall?
That's what I
Oh,
mean.
if I could only have all the guitars I've had in my lifetime, that would be amazing.
What happened to him?
Life.
Yeah, mine.
Sold them?
Yeah.
I don't even.
Just like
I
a
don't,
lot of times
yeah,
you
I
sell
don't
it to
even
get the one you want or
barely
something.
play, and I've already got 5,
Sounds
and
like
at
it's
some
coming
point
deep.
they're going to just be in the corner
Right.
of the. Yeah,
I want to
Bit
buy.
like that
I want to
corner.
buy a 7-string guitar. That's what I'm going to get for Christmas. I think.
Seven
Just,
string.
yeah, just start messing with it.
7-string guitar.
That'd be cool.
They're
You guys should
awesome.
incorporate a 6-string banjo. How would that work with Trixy Tang?
Oh, dude. Yeah, those are sweet.
Yeah.
We'll make it work.
Yeah, that could be a very interesting sound, I would think.
Little fusion.
Yeah. So, I mean, as we did talk a little bit about the future of Trixy Tang, and you're working on another album right now, and I think we were talking maybe before an album you were going to do a single release maybe, or are you looking at a whole album?
We're gonna do a
Both.
single first,
Both?
and then do an album,
And then do the album.
So the single will more than likely be on the album. We want to do kind of like a sneak peek, you
Yeah.
know, just see what we're doing with it, see where we'll go with it.
Hey, Ray, have you ever smoked marijuana, Ray? Have you ever smoked it in your life?
Dude, okay, I won't lie. I didn't want to say this 'cause I didn't know if we could bring up weed, but whatever.
We can.
So, because you guys were talking about, like, if I could have every guitar I've ever had, I'm like, a big thing that crosses my mind consistently is if I could have a bag of every weed type of weed
Every cannabis you've
smoked.
ever had. And you
Dude,
could,
I've always thought of that. I always thought that'd
That's
be
a
the
lot of
coolest
bags.
thing. I'd be
that's
like,
a lot of bags.
A
wow,
lot of
dude,
strains
this is
now.
totally that nug I had in my 9th
Yeah.
grade of high school.
Can you imagine how much usage there is over a 30-year career,
He
Kevin?
doesn't even know what.
Yeah.
These guys don't know what swag weed is. They only know about the real stuff.
hang on.
Yeah, you know
Don't
what?
get me wrong. Everybody's been in a drought before, man.
Well, a drought is one thing.
right.
Every day is another. Because
Yeah, I mean,
there was a day where, man, you
Excited
said,
about that brick weed.
yeah, you say, well, you go see your guy now, and you say, so what do you got?
Oh, yeah.
And back then you say, well, just whatever. I mean, he said, this is what it is, and that's what you get.
Shoot, man,
Yeah.
you should have seen me when I got
Weed.
inconvenienced because they're
Yeah.
doing online menus.
You get home and look at all those seeds, and you're like, oh, I spent $50 for that.
A third of it is
Yeah.
seeds.
So, well, we don't normally talk about that kind of stuff other than when we champion the efforts of cannabis to improve economies and stuff. Because that's certainly, even though there are a lot of people that smoke it or use it for health benefits, there's a lot of people that use it because they like it. And that's not a problem either because our state said it's not a problem anymore.
No, I like it
Yeah.
too.
It was
Yeah.
so taboo at one time.
Yeah, and now I mean we are certainly starting to be educated when it comes to that, and saying, oh wow, look, the world didn't blow up the day that they legalized it in Michigan for recreation.
They said that New Jersey just legalized recreational weed, and like
Pennsylvania.
thousands and thousands of Google searches were for how to roll a joint in New Jersey.
Oh, I should have made that video a long time ago. Yeah, we sent it to.
It was
him
like
here,
the
so-
number one thing searched in on Google in New Jersey in the last couple of days is how to roll a joint.
It's how to roll a joint.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well,
By a
and-
machine.
And I do have to apologize to our normal listeners out there. This is not our normal conversations that we usually have on the show. We usually try to have a good fun time, but we don't talk about cannabis nearly as much as we used to. As much as
Gives your listeners.
This is
no
a
more
bad
fun.
time. We're
This
not
is all
having
you.
fun.
It's at least you can go to the store and buy it now, so it's not like it's a hidden thing anymore.
Absolutely. And I still will say, man, it's always good to know somebody because the store is
always
pretty
get high.
expensive. And
Definitely.
yeah. And plus,
Because a friend with weed is a friend indeed.
that's right. That's right. Well, and the nice thing is this is the time of year where the people that could have their 12 per person in a house, it's harvest time. So hopefully everybody out there, they green thumbed it this year and they're enjoying their
Yeah,
own
you
for a little
should.
while.
That used to be why everyone loved fall so much when we were younger.
Yeah.
Was because it was harvest time.
It was Michigan homegrown. When's the
Yes.
Michigan homegrown going to be around? And then when somebody would give you some, hey, this is Michigan homegrown, you're like, no way.
This is why I smoke weed in the first place. The other stuff just holds me over.
Put that garbage stuff away. We're going to smoke this tonight. Yeah. So absolutely. And for those of you listeners out there that didn't know that I participated, I did not inhale. And that's the story that I'm going to have on my
Injection
radio show.
is what he did.
Yeah. So, well, hopefully this doesn't get me called to the carpet. I highly doubt it will because I've done a lot worse.
The
on
red
this
carpet
show.
or the flying carpet?
Well, talking to the boss's office about the content of the show type of carpet. Yeah. Yeah.
His carpet
What? No.
in his living room?
No. Well, no. He works at the show.
See, at
Thank
the
you, Mason.
office,
Thank you,
at
sir.
the office, the executive offices, they got the carpet in instead of the concrete floors like Kevin in the factory and stuff like that. So you get called on the carpet, that means you get in trouble. But I like that flying carpet
Yeah.
line. That was pretty good.
That was pretty good. And I'm glad. Thank you for picking that up because I can't let Chris ask me any more questions because he had me totally stumped. And I think it was a yes or no answer. So, guys, music. Where is the depression levels at right now without being able to play? I mean, this concerns me, and it concerns me not with just musicians, but with everybody. Not being able to do your normal stuff and now looking at even possibly more shutdowns, more closures. I don't like the sound of it. What are you guys gonna do?
Well, at first it was a nice break, to be honest with you. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a nice break.
It was
I
for a minute.
Never really took any time off in the last 10 years of music, of playing. I mean, it was just like every week.
Yeah.
So
Well, we kind of watched the snow fly for a little bit. It was right at the end of winter when we got shut down.
it was
and-
like, wow, I can, kind of do some other things and just chill and see what it's like to just work
Yeah.
and go home.
Yeah,
But other
and-
than that, I mean, it got sucky.
Tis boring life.
And
Yeah,
not to be
suck.
political about it, but sometimes we just have to move on and hopefully hope for the best. I guess I'm still not sure about shutdowns, how good they are for us. Obviously, where there's yin and yang, good and evil, where one, excuse me, On this side, if it's when one thing happens here, it's going to happen over here. There's an equal and opposite reaction. You know what I mean? So no matter what we do, I don't know. I mean, I actually have a lot of respect for those that have to try to make these decisions, knowing that no matter what decision they make, somebody's going to hate them for it.
Yep, exactly.
You know what I would like to see take off because of this, though? Drive-in concerts.
Drive-in concerts.
Be cool. Like a whole huge festival, and everyone's got their cars, their vans.
But it's just still a live concert.
Yeah.
Just driving your car out
So
there,
kind of
right?
like a Biden
rally.
And the demolition.
Is that how those go?
That's what they did. That is what they did. They had that's how they were doing it. Yeah, it was just like he was speaking, and then there'd be a bunch of cars out there. And it'd be like at the drive-in movie theater, they would probably be able to go to 98.3, which is the call letters of Cozy, and everybody listen over their radio. So when they like what they hear, they would hit the their
I think Ray means a live show.
It'd be a demolition derby for the mosh pit.
Yeah, buddy. And that's 103.7 there, Rob.
What did I say? 98.3. Oh, that's the station in Benton Harbor. Yeah, can't even remember. And I don't. And we always tell people I don't work for the station. I buy this time to bring quality programming just like this to our listeners.
Much appreciated.
I paid to do this.
I'm like on the fence. I'm on the fence because I really do miss playing live. I miss the interaction with my bandmates. I miss that for sure. But I've really loved all the time I've had to work on trying to figure out my identity music writing wise. So that's really good because when you're doing shows Fridays and Saturdays, it's hard to find that time to sit at your computer also when you got all the other things in life going on. So
well, I can tell you I'm looking forward to the time because one of the nice things is you got some music made, maybe making some video. That's always exciting to do. And that's what I try to tell everybody. If you can't play, do
stay
something.
Out of the way.
Yeah,
dude.
Stay out of the way. Record or make
video. No, it's good because
or,
you can just work and make yourself better.
Yeah, that's right. You know? Yeah, practice.
Look forward to that.
If we get to the end of this and you haven't got any better at what you do, you wasted your time. But all right, we have to take a break. We'll be back on Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show on Super Hits 103.7 Cozy FM.
Hi, I'm Dale Robbie, and find the music of the Dale Robbie Band that is featured on Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show on all music online platforms.
Hot summer days, cool blue waters, Michigan sunsets, beaches made of gold. Radios running batteries, the symphony of the sand. Can't help if I reminisce, the summer is a hand.
I wrote 3 songs before noon today. It's something I do when I'm alone. Stream it or buy it. The Black Crow Flies Away and the Crossroads of Tomorrow still comes with an almost all your money back guarantee on purchases. Thinking about the life I left behind. So help support Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show and an almost starving musician, that's me, by buying or streaming the Dale Robbie Band today. The same old.
We're back on Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show on Super Hits 103.7 Cozy FM. And Trixy Tang is in the studio. We forgot it. Yeah, we had all this time and forgot to tell you guys we're doing a Send Us a Penny campaign through the radio show for the Dale Robbie Band, which is my band. And if you go to Spotify, you can go on Spotify, search Dale Robbie Band, and hit mute, hit play, then hit mute and leave, and send us a penny of somebody else's money. You don't even have to listen to it. You can send me someone else's money, which we thought was pretty cool. So we're at $1.07 so far. Whether that's how we've made our money or not, we're getting rich quick.
Nice.
So yeah. With that being said, Ray Hernandez, Chris, what is your last name?
Right.
Chris what?
Right.
Chris Wright, not wrong. Kevin Turner, Clay Fenneman.
No, I'm one of the real Wright brothers.
One of the real Wright
Not
brothers.
those airplane.
Well,
dicks, no.
you have to listen.
But he has a stage name too. What's his stage name, everybody? What is his stage?
Chris Rat.
That's right.
Chris Rat. Well,
I always thought it was Rat. From the day
before
one.
you showed up,
he's French or something.
Before you showed up, we made it here, Chris. I was telling them, for everybody listeners, what an exceptional drummer that you are. So, a little out of hand, but an exceptional drummer.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. Mason Dixon, you need to take us out on the show, would you?
Yeah, hey folks, thanks for watching. We'd sure like to thank our guest, Trixy Tang, so check out their music. And if you have any complaints or suggestions for the show, be sure to send us an email at moondogpro1.
Send them to TrixyTang.com. Send them to Clay, don't send them to me.
Our email address is
We will make sure to get back to you.
moondogpro1@yahoo.com, and you can give us a call at 269-872-3049, and stick around for that third half hour, but come back next week at 7 a.m., and we'll have that green flag flying once more.
Yeah.
And then if you missed any of this, you want to listen to it over and over and pick up on all those little subtle jokes that was there, go back and listen to the podcast. It's type in my radio show, that's all one word, and you'll find the podcast.
There's a podcast. And remember that I lost my whole train of thought
we
again.
video-
Name for a
we did
podcast,
a-
though. Good job.
Yeah,
Train
thank
was
you.
derailed, everyone.
We did a video of this too, so you could watch the fellas in the studio.
See what we were talking about earlier.
A little webcast with the gun. You know what? So as we kind of move on, we go on to the third half hour, which we'll be talking to Vicki Reed Olson from the American Legion Post 49 Auxiliary. She is the chaplain there. Talk about what they do, and it's always important being that it's
Great
November.
person.
And, yes, and it's veterans. I'm not sure which veterans. It's an awful thing for me not to know, but it's kind of like Veterans Month, the whole month.
Well, Veterans Day.
You got to get over there to Mike.
Sorry
There you
about
go.
that. I forget. Veterans Day is on the 11th, so we'd like to wish everyone a happy Veterans Day.
Yes, happy Veterans Day. And Chris, we wish you the very best with driving back to Detroit. Are you going back there tonight or this morning?
I don't know.
You know, okay.
I don't have to work tomorrow.
All right. So it sounds like it ought to be a good.
He goes where his
day,
hair
and
brings him.
He goes where the wind blows.
Be a good
right?
night. Yeah, all the wind catches my hair and pulls me that way.
You guys have to get on that webcast and look, because he does have he has a considerable amount of hair. That's for sure. And when he plays, he has no shirt and his hair flies around. I mean,
He's seen me in the shower.
it was-
Wow. No, he has.
I really hope you're talking about either Ray, Clay, or Kevin.
I think you meant Moondog.
Wow. All right. Well, with all that being said,
then.
fellas, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having
you in
us.
the studio. Yeah, you're welcome.
Likewise, thank you.
All right.
You do amazing videos, man. Our after party video
What
is
kind
amazing.
of videos,
Well,
Kevin?
The good one.
Good videos. All right. Well, there's a red button right there, Clay, for you to push. You got to press it, and then when everybody get away from
He's
the
gonna
mic,
blow us all up.
you're gonna push it. And we go moon dog. All right. We go whoo, howl the
Where
moon
is
dog.
it?
It's right there. You just press it.
Moondog.
That's it. There you go. Here we go.
Moondog.
You guys suck.
Hi, I'm Dale Robbie, and find the music of the Dale Robbie Band that is featured on Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show on all music online platforms.
Hot summer days, cool blue waters, Michigan sunsets, beaches made of gold. Radios running batteries, the symphony of the sand. Can't help if I reminisce, the summer is a hand.
Wrote 3 songs before noon today. It's something I do when I'm alone. Stream it or buy it. The Black Crow flies away, and the Crossroads of Tomorrow still comes with almost all your money back guarantee on purchases. Thinking about the life I left behind. So help support Rob Bird's Moondog Saturday Morning Show and an almost starving musician, that's me, by buying or streaming the Dale Robbie Band today. The same old